welcome back into another episode of the Bet On Me podcast. It is Tuesday, July 26th, 2022. I'm your host, Daniel Perkins. This is that podcast. Let's talk about some sports. Guys, last night we took the Dodgers over the Nationals on the point spread, and man, did we not get embarrassed. Embarrassed so much to the point that we already started looking ahead to NFL. Guys, I'm loving the MLB, but I went on a good run there for a while. But I got to be honest with you, I really don't know in detail that much about rosters and things going on in the MLB. So I'm going to make a few future bets on, who I think is going to make the postseason, things like that, win division winners, stuff like that. And that'll probably be it with baseball for the rest of the season. And I'm going to go ahead and shift my focus over to the NFL because we have those games starting in August, and we have the college football game starting very soon. It's like 40, I think it's like 46, 45 days away now, something like that. But we're very close. We're getting closer to less than a month away from football. So we're gonna go ahead and start shifting the focus over there, getting ready for that, getting ready for all those games. We got the preseason coming up August 4th. Really looking forward to that, to see some of these guys that you haven't heard of on these practice squads, maybe, stepping it up and seeing if they can get some spots on the team. That'll be good for the PredictionStrike over there, the shares over on that site. If you're looking into buying some shares into some players, you can go over to PredictionStrike. There's a link below in the description. If you use the code Bet On Me when you spend $20 on the app, you will get a free share. Guys, you can't pass that up. I'm going to go over there. Like I said, I'm going to be watching the preseason games, and I'm going to be seeing who I think is going to make an impact this year and get them cheap while I can right now. So if you guys don't know anything about that, you can go over there and check it out. PredictionStrike. It's an awesome app. Guys, we're looking at these picks right now. We're looking at these games. We've got August 4th is the start, August 11th. I'm not sure when college football starts. Oh, one thing I would like to say before I get into the games. College football, NCAA by EA Sports is coming back. July 2023, I believe, is when it's going to be coming out, and I'm so excited. I haven't played it since I was a kid. I used to play the game all the time. Loved it because you could play your hometown teams. You could play the guy on the the cover. It was always really cool to get to play with the best players in the league, and playing online is something that I've done. I've Here's the crazy thing about it. I'm old enough to have been able to play online, but it was only for a few years until they stopped making the games and all that, and the servers got cut off. So really, really excited to get online and play some NCAA football 2003. That's going to be awesome, guys. Anyway, college sports are coming up. We've got these football games. Let's go ahead and talk about the NFL real quick. August 4th, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's looking like the Jaguars are a dog at home, not by much, but they're a dog at home. We got the New York Giants taking on the New England Patriots August 11th. Game starts at 7 o'clock. The New York Giants are road dogs in that one. Patriots are favored minus 125. But now this is all preseason, so you're going to get a couple of snaps, a couple of drives, a couple of series with the starters, with the starting quarterbacks. Some teams might, like I'd say like the Rams won't play Stafford at all, but some of these teams you're going to see, like New England, I'm sure they're going to have their quarterback out there along with the Giants. You're going to see a couple series with their quarterbacks, what they're looking like. Like I said, I'm really excited to see the rest of the players out there on the field. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is terrible, I'm not going to watch this. I promise you, I will watch every minute of these preseason games that I can. I am so ready for football. After the way baseball has been treating me for the past 4 weeks, I'm so ready to get into football. I'm not really that big of a MLB better, but I am on top of things in the NFL. I promise you that. And we're going to start getting that ROI back up to where it needs to be, because right now it's not in a good spot. And it's because of my baseball picks. And, as a capper, I guess I should be well-rounded in all sports, but I got to say the one I'm most versed in is the NFL. So we're going to go ahead and shift focus to that. And like one of the games that I'm looking at, and I'm going to get to some of these games this year, the Titans are taking on the Ravens up in Baltimore, but the Titans are plus 160 on that game. I'm thinking the Titans come out and win that preseason game because Baltimore, they're not going to play Lamar, but maybe one series he goes out, gets a touchdown, then the Titans come in and, they do their thing. They get the win. I don't know if the Titans are going to be good this year. I want to have faith in Tannehill, but it's kind of like anything in life. Until you show people what you can do, they're really not going to expect anything of you. So it's not that I'm not expecting anything of Tannehill. He's an NFL quarterback, makes money to do it, but I just know Derrick Henry can't do it all. And I know the Ravens are a good team. But I just really hope that, in our division, I just really hope we can keep up this year. And the Falcons and the Detroit Lions are playing on the 12th at 6 o'clock. The Falcons are going to look completely different this year. The Lions, on the other hand, I think they're building up towards something a little better. I think they have a better season this year. Anyway, if you want I think the Titans go 8-8. I think the Titans go 8-8. I think the Falcons go like 8-8. I think the Lions actually have like a 9 or 10 win season this year. I know that's crazy, but I think the Lions can actually get to at least 9 wins. I don't know how many wins they had last year. I have to look into all that. Really didn't pay attention to the Lions and what Jared Goff was doing up there because it's, the Lions, Jared Goff. I mean, they got rid of their quarterback and he goes out and wins the Super Bowl immediately. You do it for that guy because he's, been loyal to you for so long. You send him where he wants to go with the best opportunity, but it's just it's just awful. Has to leave a bad taste in the people in Detroit's mouth to let go of Matthew Stafford and then him to go right out there and win a Super Bowl with the right kind of players and coaches. It just makes you wonder if your team would spend the money and just say screw the cap, like a lot of these teams like the Golden State Warriors and the LA Rams have done, just to screw the cap and just deal with deal with paying the fines or whatever it is they have to do to have all those players on a team. But they win championships. They wanted a championship. They won a championship. The Super Bowl was in LA that year. They knew it. They made the moves to get all those players out there to win that Super Bowl in LA, and they did it. And the halftime show was awesome. I'm just really, really excited for the NFL football season. It seems like it was just over and it's about to start again. Super excited for it, guys. Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars, August 12th. The Browns are debacle this season. I don't know what's going to happen. They didn't ship Baker Mayfield out. He said, I'm done. I don't want to play with you guys anymore. I'm over this. Send me out to Carolina. Carolina's out there. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with him and their other quarterback. So it's going to be Baker already knows he's in a competition. So that's one thing. But the Jaguars, this will be their second game during the preseason in a couple days. And I'm thinking that's a game that the Jaguars definitely win against the Browns. Yeah, I know Deshaun Watson's on the team, but I don't know what that's going to look. I don't know what a season looks like for Deshaun right now. I don't know what that entails. I don't know what that looks like. So it's going to be wild to see how that plays out. The New York Jets taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, August 12th. 7:30. Guys, let me tell you something right now. The Philadelphia Eagles, I am a huge Jalen Hurts fan. I was on team Jalen Hurts when he got traded to Oklahoma, when Tua threw the pass. And I know everybody wants to be on this whole pass like Tua did something. Okay. He came in, he threw one pass. Yeah, he scored a touchdown. It won a national championship, but it's like everyone forgot what Hurts did to get him there. And yeah, you can say he wasn't that great of a college talent. I think he was. I think he did a good job with Oklahoma. I wanted Oklahoma to beat everyone in that Final Four and win just because I wanted him to win a national championship over Nick Saban because Nick shipped him out for Tua. Tua obviously wasn't the answer. So, yeah, Tua's in Miami now. We'll see how that goes. He's got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek talking about it wasn't all that great playing with Mahomes. That's insane. Or he didn't necessarily say that, but he, said some things to the effect of it'll be nice to have somebody to throw the ball at you and not just over you and stuff. So something like to that effect was said. Anyway, you've got Jalen Hurts up here in Philadelphia. And like I said, I think he scores touchdowns. I think you can take him anytime touchdown score. To score 2 touchdowns a game, you can do that. I won money last year in one game betting on him anytime touchdown score and to score 2 touchdowns in one game, and we cashed out big on that game. So not just the money line bets and the point spreads here, guys. I get a lot of prop bets on these games because like I said, this is a player I've watched since his very first days in college. I keep up with football all the way from these guys' careers all the way up. And the cool thing about now is before, when I was a fan, I came into the league and it's like, okay, I know these guys. I know Tom Brady. I know, Aaron Rodgers. I know these guys. Now I've watched all these people play in college and now I'm seeing them play in the NFL. So I feel like I've got a pretty good beat on what's going on, who can do what, not so much the outcomes of games, but you get a pretty good idea of what receivers, quarterbacks like, who they throw to the most in what situations. So if you watch film, you can really like get a good beat down on like who could score that game and, just things like that. The overs of quarterbacks, yards. I love it. Yeah, I love all the props. Anyway, New York Jets, New York Jets. The Jets are the Jets. I mean, I heard on the Pat McAfee show that the what is it, the New Jersey, because the team is actually in New Jersey, so they're upset. New Jersey's wanting them to be called the New Jersey Jets. They're not the New York Jets. So I'm not sure about all that. All I know is Philadelphia is more than likely going to get that win. I'm looking for Philadelphia to at least get 11 wins this year. I really think they get over 10 wins. I think they get to 11 wins. Really high on Philadelphia this year. Also, we got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, really good team. Joe Burrow. I know they got those new uniforms, those whiteout uniforms. Those are looking really sharp. And the Cardinals, they also got some new helmets, some new uniforms, looking really nice. Kyler Murray, man, he's a tough cat, but I don't know. I think he needs to take more command of everything. I know you've got like tons of people, tons of coaches out there telling you what to do. I think Kyler needs to get that mentality like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and just kind of go out there and just, hey, this is what we're doing. Let's do it. This is the play change. If he sees something, he wants to change it. I just think Kyler needs to be more aggressive when it comes to like his play call. Like he needs to tell him, hey, this is what I see. This is what I want to do. I feel like right now he's just kind of trying to do what the coaches say. I feel like the coaches are like, oh, if it breaks down, just scramble or do something or get it out. And they're really not giving him a lot of options. The Philadelphia Eagles give a lot of options to Jalen Hurts with his skill set. So Kyler likes to run around, so you're going to have to give him options, and I don't think they did that for him last year. I don't think he had enough options and when I say that, I mean from the play calling standpoint, I don't think there was enough options given to the man to be able to like do anything. It's just NFL, it's drop back, make your reads, make a throw, but not every player plays that way, and I think the Cardinals need to kind of readjust how they're playing ball around Kyler Murray. That's just my opinion. Green Bay Packers and San Francisco 49ers. I know San Francisco's trying to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. They've got a quarterback that they're really hyped about coming up that I guess they want to like try to develop. The Green Bay Packers got rid of the Green Bay Packers got rid of Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams goes to Vegas with Derek Carr. Says, he went from playing with one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer. Devontae, I'm not talking about your game. I'm not talking trash about anything that you've done in the NFL because you are a superior athlete, way better than I am. But man, you have no idea what you were talking about if you were comparing Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers. Let's get a few things straight right now. Derek Carr does not even belong in the same sentence with Aaron Rodgers. And you're going to see that this year. And I know a lot of people, I could eat these words. I very well could eat these words. But we're going to see that this year. I guarantee you that Devontae Adams is going to miss Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers understands the game and gets the ball to the people who he needs to score points. He's trying to win the game. Some of these receivers just, I think they don't get it. Like, you can't get the ball every time. Yes, you're dominant. Yes, you are open all the time. He's not going to see you all the time. No one is. Like, unless you're back there in that pocket having those guys come in, close in on you, and you're trying to find the open man, you're not worried about ego. You're just worried about who's open. Let me get it to him so we can score. I'm not saying that Devontae Adams has an ego. I'm not saying any of that. I just think to make a statement like that involving Derek Carr and one of the greatest that's played the game, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I think the Packers could take care of that game. I mean, but it's preseason, so we're going to be looking at stuff. We got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Bears, Chicago Bears, August 13th. That game starts at 1 o'clock. That's going to be a 1 o'clock game. So we're going to get a look at the Bears and, what they're doing and see if the Chiefs look any different. We may not even see Mahomes that game, to be honest with you. The Panthers and the Washington Commanders, I'm really looking forward to that one because I feel like we're going to see I feel like we're going to see both the quarterbacks for Carolina coming out there competing a little bit in that preseason game. So I'm really excited to see that. When you got Seattle taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers on August 13th at about 7 o'clock. Seattle going to look completely different without Russell Wilson. Pittsburgh going to look completely different without Ben Roethlisberger. Those are two teams that I'm really interested to see that game, to see how those two teams look. Really can't say a lot about them right now. Gonna watch some preseason and do some research on it. And yeah, those are two teams that I think are going to look completely different this year. Miami Dolphins, a lot of people are looking to be good this year, maybe. I mean, they might win 8 or 9 games. I'm sure. I don't think they get to that 10-win game. They could get to 9 if possible. I don't know. I really don't think so. I mean, in the division they're in, they're starting out against the Tampa Bay Bucks. This is a preseason game, but the Bucks with Brady back, and everybody can say what they want. I think Gronkowski will come back at some point and play. If he doesn't, hey, more power to him. I'm glad the guy's happy. He's won enough. He doesn't want to get hurt anymore. I completely understand. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Denver Broncos August 13th at 9 o'clock. That's going to be a great game because you got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Denver Broncos. You'll get to see Dak Prescott out there and what he's doing a little bit for a couple series. And then we'll get to see the Denver Broncos with Russell Westbrook out there. That one's going to be awesome. I am really excited for that one. So, yeah, I think the Los Angeles Rams and the LA Chargers, two Los Angeles teams, which is just crazy. They play August 13th at 10 o'clock, and that's Eastern time for me anyway. And that's going to be a good one. Like I said, I don't think that Stafford or any of the starters play for the Rams in that game. And on the 14th, we've got at 4:30 Eastern time, we've got the Minnesota Vikings taking on Las Vegas Raiders. So probably that's probably the last that's the last preseason game right there that week. So we might see Devontae Adams and David Carr in that one. We might just see them in the first one. Usually the only reason I say that is because usually like, teams will play because the Raiders play the Jacksonville Jaguars on the 4th. So we might see Devontae Adams and Derek Carr in that game for a couple series and that be it, or just 1 or 2 series. We might see them for a series or two in this August 14th game. But usually it's only like one preseason game that they'll really play, like a couple halves. I don't know how many preseason games they play. I think it's like 2 or something, 3 maybe. I'm not real sure, but because I know they linked in and they've moved, they've put more games. What is there, like 17 games now in the season, 16 games, something like that. So I think it's like a shorter preseason. I can't really remember. They change the rules every year. I'll have to check into all that. But guys, that is what we're looking at for the first preseason week of NFL. Super, super excited about it. And I can't wait to get I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch football again. I've been watching you know, Canadian League football and I've been trying to keep up with it, but I just don't know. Like honestly, guys, I'm at the point to where, if I don't know much about it, I don't really want to gamble on it because I'm not really, burst enough to keep losing money. Anyway, I'm looking at the NCAA right now. The first week we've got futures going on. Yeah, we're gonna dive into all this tomorrow. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit of NFL futures right now. We've already talked a little bit about this before. I've given out my pick. I like the Indianapolis Colts to win the Super Bowl this year with Matt Ryan down there. I really think that they're gonna get it done for some reason. I just do. I don't think any of the other teams will. I think the only teams that really have a chance are the Cowboys, which I can't believe I'm saying that, the Packers and the Bills. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's somebody that we're not seeing, but I really, really think the Colts, if the Colts are going to get one, this is the year they're going to get one. I just have that feeling. I don't know. So I'm locking that in at plus 2,200. And yeah, guys, Tomorrow, we are going to get into the NCAA and talk about that just a little bit. So come on back tomorrow and we'll get talking into that. I'm looking at all this right now. I'm looking at the futures. Of course, Alabama's on top, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, USC, and Texas A&M. Come back tomorrow and I'll tell you who I think is my favorite to win it all. And yeah, we're definitely going to have some fun talking about football, guys. That is the podcast for today. Make sure you go over to CapperTech to check out all of our picks. We're going to post a couple picks out. We always give a detailed write-up over there, guys. You can find that link down below in the description. As always, we love CapperTech. We use it for all of our picks. We use the betting trends, the trend finder, and I absolutely love the game simulator. Okay, I use it all the time. I usually go to that, and if what that tells me is like sometimes what I take. Last night I went against everything that I saw because I was like, it's the Dodgers. There's no way the Nationals are winning, and you know, if you just go with what you're using, sometimes it works. But yeah, guys, 8,000 verified cappers over there. You can follow, buy picks, log in. It's absolutely free. Register, have access to all those betting tools, guys. I use them all the time. I post all my picks there. I give a detailed write-up on why I think that pick is going to hit. So when you go to the website, when you click on my link, you go to that website, you're going to see all this stuff. You're going to hit pick details and it's going to drop down. It's going to give you a detailed pick write-up on why it is that I made that pick. So you know why it is I took them. And I think most cappers on that site do that. And if they don't, we encourage it because you want to know why. Some people want to know why or what. And I always look at game stats, past 10 against the spread, all that. And I factor that in. And I'll let you guys know in the game write up. So head over there. Links below in the description. CapperTech. Shout out to them. Appreciate everything they do for us over there. Guys, let's go get those bets in today. If you got any, I'll be over on the social here in a little bit, on the Instagram and on the Twitter, giving out some picks here later on the night, doing some write-ups and putting them out on CapperTech. So guys, make sure that you're out there getting those bets in. Like, follow, subscribe over on YouTube, over on Apple Podcast, anywhere you listen to us, really. Guys, thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow. And don't forget to go get those bets in.